Hey, guess who's here?
Me.
Hey, little me.
Hi.
And we've got our sign here.
Missed you.
You missed it
Yeah.
too. Oh, for crap.
Now this is all crooked.
Do what? This is like us.
I gotta come to make
This is my favorite little sign from down here. It's always falling down. It says, do one thing every day that makes you happy. Please do one thing, at least one thing every day that makes you happy.
It's the mentally healthy way.
It's the mentally healthy way, and you deserve it. So the one thing that makes me happy today is that Donna's back.
Oh.
As she might be here, I'm going to put this down. She might be here sporadically. We might see her once in a bit. We might see her a bunch and then not see her. She is a caretaker for my mother-in-law now, and so she can't be here as much. But since we came back here, we can bring Mom over here. And she loves to see Javi and Rob and Jordan.
She does.
And Lauren upstairs working and busy, and Shelley, and be in the middle of the hubbub. And the cat loves her. Millie loves her. So she didn't come over with Donna today, but Millie's over there doing something really bad right now. Oh well. She'll live. It's not dangerous. Anywho, I got distracted. Today we're going to make cuffs. People have asked me to do a cuff video, and I've resisted a little bit because, as Donna knows, you have to do it on surfaces. But there is one way around that, and that is to use the inset cuff. This one's prepped for us to use today from the website, and unfortunately I don't have the SKU for you now, but until Javi processes this, we will have it on there for you. She'll get it on there for you. But these were raw brass. I've colorized them. I've completely finished them. They have the finish coat. They're even signed on the inside. But as you notice, they're indented.
I see that.
And this makes it so cool because you can put your color and all that on the outside, but in the middle, it gives you a nice flat surface to make a design. You could inlay leather in there. You could set a cameo. You could put a hole through and rivet something to it. You could do a floral assemblage. Today, we're going to do some plaques and flowers, and we're going to do one that has Pinky from my sea of pinkies from last week. Few pinkies are left. We have a lot on this site. We got some more pinkies this week. So we are full of pinkies. Javi says Pinky's a song or something. What did you say, Javi? What's this Pinky song?
Pinky in the Brain.
Pinky in the Brain. Is this a children's program or something? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I missed that one. Pinky in the Brain. There's a song for it?
Yeah, it was like
What's singing
Pinky in the brain, 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 brain.
It sounds like an annoying child.
It is.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to hear that for days.
This Pinky, when you look at Pinky, if you ever get a Pinky, when you look at her, she seems to be pouting a little bit. Everyone says she looks like me.
I said it the first time I looked at it. I said, Brenda's a child.
Yeah, and she would know. She was around. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the other surface, and I'm going to show you how that I stipple paint the outside of the cuff first to prep it with the Lumiere paints. And then after that, we're going to come over and we're going to do a few cuffs together. I'm going to show you some little tricks I have for setting up a cuff to make it easy for you to work on while you're working on it. So, hey, it's a good day. Donna's here, yay!
I want to say hi to Mary Rickmeyer.
Okay. Say hi to Mary Rickmeyer.
I just did.
Okay. Oh, Mary's the best.
I know.
And so is everybody else.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I missed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna's even making some noise about coming to the workshop for a day.
I want
in
to
May,
do
so.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had to get used to being a caregiver.
Yeah.
You got to get used to not knowing what you're doing. Because every day it
Sounds
changes.
Like my life. But yes, it's a little different not knowing what you're doing.
It's a different kind, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, enough yak. Over to the workbench for the Lumiere stipple paint job. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So here on my styrofoam plate, not pipe, I have the Lumiere. This is from the Exciter pack, which I just found out, I thought they discontinued it yet again. No, we got it again. We got more coming. But anyway, this is the Pro Blue 570 that comes in the Exciter pack. Then I have the big pots. Here I've got the Highlight Blue, which is some amazing stuff. And I have a little bit of Pearl White in the bigger pots, which we are stocking now. Such a favorite of so many who come to visit us. And it's so great on brass. But anyway, I have some blobs here. And this is the way I like to do with my paint. You know, if you have another way, then that's great. And if you'd like to share it with us kindly, well, we would love to know what you do. But this is how I do. I just kind of pour it out and have a little mix that I can just kind of work from and blend, because this will be dark and this will be really light. So I have one of these foamy brushes, which I live by these things. This is probably going to be really dark. No, it's pretty good. But you see, you get some dimension, and I'm just kind of stippling it on. Is that coming out right, Javi? So some little white. Just kind of, I'm creating texture with this. Ooh, that's dark. But I have a dry one here that I can brush out. See, because this is a flat surface here, this is about the only thing you can do is kind of stipple it on, because if you go, it just, see how that, you're going to have to do several coats to get anywhere. If you do this, you'll get lots of coverage quick. So this is coming out kind of like a denim blue. I'm kind of liking it. I might even save this one to do with a little bit of leather. I started messing around with leather last week. We had such an amazing conversation on leather last Saturday. I just kind of threw it out to the group at the Bisou Boutiques Creative Group at Facebook. And many of them like to work with scrap and recycled leather. And that goes really, really well with brass stampings and glass beads and all that doofus. So we had an awesome conversation, and I came down. I have a lot of leather scraps down here that I just play with. Some are recycled, some are things I bought. And I just monkeyed around, and before I knew it, I had made myself a bracelet. And I have all kinds of other ideas. But you can see how this is kind of denimized. I have the inside finished too, but I might actually go in there and paint that again. I don't have it signed yet, so. But you see how I create the texture, just kind of by bouncing that off of there. Oops. I don't know that I want that. And then this side seems to be a little lighter, so I will have to try and, you know, even that out a little bit with some lighter. And it's all up to you. No right, no wrong, you know. So whatever looks good to you, and you can always go over. In fact, you can even remove it with your steel wool. So until you have it all set up. I like to do a coat of light resin over the top. It can be diamond glaze, or you can do ice resin or some of the other reliable good resins out there. We carry ice. For the time being, I like it, I always have. But there are some good resins out there. So you can see how that worked out. Now, this is, I'm just going to show you this real quick. Pardon my arm. But this is here, this is a bit of leather. And we'll have, when I get a little bit more adept with this, this is a bit of scrap leather. This was like dark brown. And I dampened it and ran it through a Cuttlebug with a Cuttlebug texture sheet. And you know, something like this would look, not as wet, but I'm wondering if you can visualize what I'm visualizing.
I can.
You know, putting leather down the middle there, and maybe some rhinestone chain or some like regular flat chain, cobra or herringbone old stuff, you know, gluing that on there. Because you can glue leather. Some people say no, but sorry, you can. E6000 works just fine. You may have to clamp it though. But that was one thought too, is to do some leather down in the middle there. I'm definitely going to be trying that. But that's how I got the texture. So now you know. Let that cure. And then you can do very, very light resin top. I like the diamond glaze because it dries quick, rather than the Krylon, because I think you need a little bit more protection. And I did prime it first too with ivory spray paint, and then I scuffed it off the middle. And the reason for that is if you have paint all over the middle here, it's going to make it hard for you to get a good bond. when you go to glue on that. That's why that's scuffed off there. Okay, I think I've told you everything I can about that, so we're going to go back over to the other work surface and we're going to try and get a couple of them embellished, and I'll show you a few tricks. Okay? Okie dokie, so now you see where I have one that's all set up. Now, let me bring these into the picture and talk about them a little bit. These are all set up. These both came out kind of periwinkle violet type. And I did a little spray paint on the insides and some coating and some resin. They're signed. They're finished. They're ready to go. All they need is embellishments. And as I mentioned to you, the paint is scuffed off here in the middle because you may have a little trouble sometimes. If you have a flat surface and you've painted over it, you may prevent a bond. It doesn't seem to make too much difference if it's textured, but if it's flat, you need to scuff it off. If you've done tissue decoupage and you want to, say, glue over it, you need to scuff it off underneath wherever you're going to glue, because it may glue to the media and not to what's under it and come right off. So that's just a little tip from me to you. Okay, now you can see that I have the first one set up and I've put a little medallion in the middle. We have some of these left, I think, at the site. I painted this one and talked to you about it last week a little bit. So I thought it would be fun to put that in the inside, which was easily done with E6000. I just bent the edges a little bit. Sometimes with the stampings, you go to put them on something. Here, let me show you an example. Like this one. I think I showed you last week. Now this will really look good on there. But see how if you put that on there, say you riveted it or you just glued it or whatever, it's just kind of, do you see how that sticks out? Something's going to get under there, pull on it, whatever. This is going to not make a good design. So what do? Well, you got to bend it a little. See, I've bent this one. See, it's got a little curve to it, just with my fingers. And then when I lay that on there, I still need to bend it a little bit more, but it's not coming up so much. So I might take and just the edges. That's because that's the offending place. That's what's sticking out. Get those edges down a little bit. Just the edge. See how that goes there. So it's much flatter. And then that way you could rivet it, you could clamp it, whatever. It is going to stick out a bit here and here, but I think at the sides is the place most of all that you want to do. Now for those of you that like to rivet, right here and here, let me show you. Right here and here would probably be a good place. So of course you'll have to go through the cuff. The cuff is heavy. So you're going to need to ding it really good with, you know, your center punch or even a nail. And then the hole punch isn't going to get it. You're going to need a drill, okay, to get that. But then you can rivet through that on your end. I don't know if this anvil would be big enough. Let's see. Just whatever. No, you're going to need a bigger, higher anvil. What do I got over here? Something like this. And I don't have any of these on the site right now. I'll get some. But something like this would probably work. Yeah, see.
I like that.
If you were going to rivet. I didn't plan to rivet today, so this just kind of came into my head. Because some of you may want to do that. You could do that with leather too. I mean, this whole thing could be covered with leather and not painted. And then do something to the center. That would be really cool. But I would rivet it like right here and right here. And probably bend this a little bit more. So that it doesn't look wonky once you do rivet it. And then you're going to need the anvil to help you out to get the rivet on. Okay, moving on. Let's do this. Why in the world is that cuff inside two cups with a bunch of micro beads? Well, that's to stabilize it, because when you're working on this, you need to stay still like this, or everything's going to slide right off of it. That's what's tough about doing cuffs. When I used to do a lot of cuffs, I don't do as many as I used to, I used to do not just the center, I used to cover the whole thing with stuff. So what I would do is I would start in the middle, and I would do the middle surface first and stick it in the cups with the microbeads. Let it set up till it was not going to slide around anymore. And then I would turn it and work on here, this right here part. And then I would prop that so it would set up. Then I would come and I would do the other side, prop that so it would set up. And then I would only have these two little sections in here. And you would have this back part here to help hold your design, and you'd have this front part. So these parts in right here would be the easiest to get done. But it could sometimes take me almost a whole week to get a cuff done, because I had to go by surfaces. But with this cuff, I just do the middle, and then I finish off the rest, so it's not as hard. So what I do is I just take two of these little medicine cups. Sometimes you get them with your resin, or you can go on Amazon. I think the last time I got these, I went on Amazon, and I bought like an unbelievably huge amount of them for very, very little money. The shipping, I think, cost more than the cups did. And now, I'm really good off. And these have lots, they've got all the little measurements on them, even better than some of the ones that come with your resin. So I would say, I'm not one to send my business away from my website, but I don't see any point in carrying these unless for convenience sake you guys want me to carry them. You can get the Stash of the Ages yourself off Amazon for not very much money. So maybe you'd want to do that. But anyway, then what you're going to need is a whole bunch of microbeads. I'm going to set up a couple of cups for you, because we're going to do another cup after this one. So the boring stuff is always the prep, but I have like a whole bag of them here, and I'm going to pour them in to almost, well, a little bit over the, what was that? We even have the measurement on the 1 tablespoon line between the 1 and the 2. That would be good. That will give you a lot of stability. And then, keep your bags that these come in, because you can save them in the cups for this purpose and put them aside, or you can pour them back in the bag and use them for something else. But to show you, then I got the 2, and down they go. Some people use rice. They'll get a big bowl of rice and put it down in rice and other fine particle type things like that. But this is what I've always done. This is what works for me. Whatever works for you is cool. Anyway, so I'm going to put this aside for now. Let's finish this one. Finish what you start. So that seems to be centered on there fairly well, and it's set up pretty good because I put it on a little bit ago. So I got my 6,000. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put Pinky on there, and we're going to talk about the perils of Pinky being on a cuff. Let's see, is she dirty? Did her dolly get something on it? I don't know.
There's ice cream droppings.
Yeah, ice cream droppings. Sometimes little things get on these bisque things, and I'll tell you a cool little trick to get it off is an eraser. Pencil eraser, just erase it off. But this one looks like it's in the best shape right now, so. And we're not going to send them to you like that. She's got something on here. On
That's
her.
just hair on the doll.
No, it's not hair on the doll. You think?
Right here it is. That's
Well,
the baby
yeah,
has
but
it.
there was all kind of little tiny dots on there. Oh, you saw me do this last week, but I'm going to repeat it. You need to get her whole back and part of her head slathered with but not too much, because you don't want it oozing out all over creation. Of course, that can be always resolved with a toothpick or piece of wire like I did last week. So how much do we have? There's a little seepage, but we'll cover that up. A little seepage isn't bad because it helps to create a bond. So now there she is. And you might say, okay, I like her just like that. That would be okay. Nothing wrong with that.
We could like her better.
We could like her better. The thing is, though, I want to say, when you wear this on your wrist, you're going to have to watch out and be really careful, because that is porcelain. And the 2 pieces of jewelry that take the most banging around are cuffs and rings. So you have to kind of think about, what you're going to put on there. If you're going to put her on there, then you know, when you go to sell her, you're going to want to tell your buyer, you know, this is for gentle wear because that is porcelain. So you want to let them know. What damn thing did you tell me about this doll last night in the tea, Donna?
You told me that the original use for those was to cool your tea in England.
Yeah, and they didn't
Well,
have paint on them. Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, that just made me laugh for a long time. I imagined
Yeah, but
all
they
kind
really
of
did.
weird things we could do. I imagined.
Oh, that's right. We were going to have you come on with a cup of tea, putting one
Yeah,
down
just
there.
casually dunking it,
And
and the little
making-
girl going, ah!
Yeah, making
ah.
noise.
It's so inappropriate. So inappropriate
Yeah,
for a
re-
serious thing like this.
It really kind of is. But,
I am
but it would,
inappropriate.
but we would like it. It's our humor.
Yeah, that's our humor.
And along with Pinky on the Brain. That's why Javi fits so well in his family. Who knew the day Javi walked into the shop what all would happen?
As soon as I met her, I thought to myself, oh, is she perfect? That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I always said, who's going to marry her?
They'd have to have a sense of humor.
As you can see now, folks, I'm using some buttons. Not to just talk right over that.
Okay, that's what we have to stop
Oh,
doing. That's the trouble.
I think they like our banter.
I hope
I
so.
don't know. Some maybe don't.
Well, we'll get back to our focus.
Anywho. So I'm placing a few little buttons around.
Now, I
Because
love that with buttons. That's the
buttons-
first time you did that, right?
buttons, well, I haven't made Pinky into a cuff yet either.
You had like 3 or 4 things laying around, but no buttons.
Yeah. Well,
Pinky needs buttons.
yeah, but yeah, cutie stuff. She's a cutie-ootie thing, you know. If you don't like cutie-ootie, Pinky's not for you. Sorry. I like it all. I like cutie-ootie, and I like dark and grungy, and anything artistic and artful, so long as it's done in good taste. I like it. Oops, that didn't work. I'm experimenting. What shall I put next? I was thinking a little bling. I was thinking maybe that would be my bling. This little piece of busted 1928 jewelry. We just got all kinds of stuff from over there. Okay.
That fascinates me, the history about
Hey.
1928 and
Oh
all
yeah.
the stuff you guys
I'll
have.
tell you what, that is a big company.
When I was young, that's all I wanted. I'd
Oh,
go look
so
for
many
that.
people. They wore to their wedding. I wanted it for my wedding. Did I ever tell you this story? I know I told you, Dawn. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know if I told you that. The story of this bead. Oops, that one's damaged. This bead. Ever tell you the story of this bead? We carry these on the site. I think we still have
We
some.
still do. I was nosing
Oh, were you
around
looking at
yesterday
it? You
and
found them out
saw
there. This bead is a Japanese decal bead, and these are special. I was doing some research on these beads, and it's hard to get nice ones for reasonable. So the price we have on the site is dirt. But anyway, I'll throw this back. When 1928 was a fledgling company, they had a bunch of stuff made out of those type beads. And I looked at their catalog somewhere, I don't know. And I was getting married in 75 to Mr. John. And I had a big wedding and a lot of bridesmaids, and I needed gifts and things for them to wear that go with their outfit. And I wanted that jewelry that had that bead on it. And so nobody carried it around where we lived. I'm going to put that little rose there. Nobody carried it. So I wrote to the company and I said, hey, I'm getting married in June and I love that jewelry. We can't get it here. Any chance I could buy 6 of those necklaces for my bridesmaids? So I got a very polite letter back, big long song and dance about why they couldn't do it because, you know, they were a wholesale company and I didn't have a vendor's number and blah, 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 and, you know, whatever. So, no 1928 jewelry for my wedding. But that's okay because many years later, I asked my friend, did he know that bead? And he very quickly responded with that. And that's the bead. That is the bead. And so even though I didn't have it for my wedding, I have it to play with now.
That'd be cute to make
Yeah.
something
I
up.
think I'll put that piece of bling there. Oh, what did you find? If you run out of pinky, you can go to the craft store and get these in the miniatures. I do need some clothes. Hey, this one's cute. You know, these are cute.
You could do something with it.
This would be cute for like a new mother.
They used to have those for shower, baby shower.
I don't think these are real old.
Well, they look old to me.
Maybe they are.
I
Who
don't
knows
know.
down here?
There's a seam on it. Yeah, when I was a little girl, they sold these for you make things at the table that
For your
Little gifts.
favors.
Yeah,
Yeah. So these are little flower cups that I'm gluing in here, and then I'll put like maybe rosemonte or something in them. So I'll put one of them in there. And then of course you know what I like to do. I fill my different cracks and stuff with and just smaller. But with some pearlies and that. So this won't get all done now. I'm just showing you the basic ideas, and you know, you guys are going to make your own, and they're going to be like way better anyhow. Millie says, yes, yours are going to be wonderful. Yeah, Millie, you want to make jewelry too? She's a talky kitty. Yeah, she's just upset because we're down here and not paying attention to her. Yes, you little brat of a cat. So anyway, you can kind of see where I'm going with this, you know, to give you an idea of how it's going to be. And I'm going to finish this later so that we can get everything in that I want to talk to you about. But you can see how to set it up, make it cute, fill it in. You guys know all about assemblage. This stage of the game, I don't need to really teach you a lot more. You can see what you do right now. Probably better than I do than I even have.
So these were other weeks?
Yeah, those are from last week.
Wow.
Yeah, these were the ones that I did
cute.
last year, but last week, but I didn't get it finished. Here, let
Okay.
me show them that one. Remember the one I wired last week? This is how far I got with that. I put these in and some rhinestone chain. It's taking time because with the wire on the back, there's no way to make that look wonderful. And I'm looking at other work like this, and you're going to see the wire. But I was always taught, you know, don't leave the wire exposed. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not sure exactly. Outer suede, I guess, would be what I would cover that with, but don't know if I really want to. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. This is what I did so far in this. I'm going to show you another idea before our time totally gets away from us. I'm going to bring this guy over here, and I'll put Pinky over here, and I will finish her later tonight. Or tomorrow, or something like that. Hopefully maybe have her done by the time we have the newsletter on Sunday. So you should come to bcboutiques.com, and you should go scroll all the way down to the front page, the bottom of the front page, and put your name in the box there so you can sign up and get our newsletter, because that's where all our deals and everything are, so you don't want to miss that. Okay, so I made this the other week. I think I showed it to you last week, but I was thinking, what do you think? I like that. Of course, now we've got that sticking out problem. And I'm thinking it should have a hole here
Yeah, hang something up.
to hang something off of it. And I didn't put one yet. I don't know if I can get one fast.
The one video you wound up some fabric around it. I thought that was nice.
I wound some fabric
Around the part, yeah, to fill in the back.
Oh yeah,
That was
around the
just-
bezel.
everybody has some
Around the
fabric.
bezel. Okay, so what I'm going to do. Oh, this is probably going to splatter. I'm going to go ahead and put a hole in that.
Oh, good.
These videos are just turning out anymore to be just playing around down here, but now you know there's a little dingy place there already.
If you did it
There's
from
that
the back?
dimple, yeah. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna need about a 10mm jump to get through here.
Do you have one?
Oh yeah. We have some rather nice ones, I will add. We just got a big shipment of jumps. Not too terribly long. I'm going to give that another whack. Try not to whack my fingers. Or yours. Or the camera. That would be really sad.
The camera lens.
This camera lens would not be good. Okay, now I think...
I left my trunk open yesterday.
Did you do that? Did you drive around like that?
No, I went to sleep and woke up the next morning and it was open.
And was your battery dead?
No.
I'm not going to go ahead and...
No, but I was very distracted yesterday.
Yeah, I been ding. I hope that didn't fly on you. Don't do that. When people were hanging out with you, don't just go punching holes like that. Don't do what I did. That was ignorant.
Are all your hole punches the same you carry?
This one's handheld. I have a screw punch, but recently I can't get the 332 size, so I've been buying it. I like this really good.
Because I was gonna get a full punch.
Either that
Full
or I
punch.
get my drill press. I'm a drill press girl. I love my drill press.
You got that not too expensive either, if you recall.
The drill press was $65 in shipping.
You know what? That is so worth it.
Harry Wood from Oscar Crow, who is a member of the BC Boutiques Creative Group, and such a help to us because he's a benchwork jeweler and he knows all the old time tricks and the new time tricks, and he shares them with us. And he said, you know, if you need a drill press, it's nothing I'm ever going to carry, so I don't mind if he tells everybody. I'm not going to
That
carry
was
that.
nice of him.
Get this one. Showed us a picture, and I went and got one right away, and it came in, and see, I bent that a little bit, so that's going to sit down pretty nice. Did you see how I bent that? Because I was yakking. Again, take my fingers.
You have more control like that, actually.
Yeah, you don't need. I do have the bracelet bending pliers. They started making them again, and so I ordered them. I'm gonna have a bunch that are coming in. But
I think for some
honestly, I'm not
things-
gonna keep any for me. I never use them.
For some things it would be
But some
good.
people like it. You know, everybody's different. Everybody likes a different type tool. You know, whatever suits you. Like I like my drill press. You don't see me using it on here because I got my own way of using it, and people don't like how I use it. And they say I'm going to teach people the wrong way, and they're going to get hurt, and I don't want that. So I'll take the risk myself, and you can look at somebody else's video on how to use a drill press.
Is there any out there? Probably not.
Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. Okay, now, so that's, do you see how that's going to seat down on there real nice, pretty nice? Maybe I've bend it just a hair more.
Yeah, there's so many applications to have an awareness of how those things fit on non-flat surfaces. That's a technique that's good to have in our
Yeah.
minds. Sure, there's a lot of things.
So that's ready to glue down on there. And if you wanted to do the rivet thing, you could put a rivet here, and here, and here, and here. But I don't know, I think those rivets that they use with the easy riveter, the bigger rivets, I think they're just too big and they just kind of destroy the delicate design. So I don't know that I would go that route. The glue's going to be just fine. You can use clamps. I probably won't. I'm not a big clamper. But it's never a bad idea. So long as you get the kind that don't leave marks. Especially if you're going to do like leather work and stuff. You don't want anything leaving a mark on it. I learned so much about leather just messing around with it for like an hour. You know, and nowadays, with no right, no wrong, you don't have to worry about finishing all your edges or beading around them or anything. If you don't want to, you can leave them frayed if you want. I would like to learn how to bead around the edges, so I think that would be cool. So, okay. So I got this on here. But you know what? I've got that in the middle. But I see something I want to do. I'm going to get a toothpick. Oh, Millie's over there bothering Donna.
I have to get some cobwebs off her head.
Oh, she went and got into the
Yeah.
cobwebs. Well, there's plenty of them down here.
Not really. It's
Probably
pretty
looking
clean
for.
down here.
Well, I try to keep
It's
them.
awesome down here.
Try to keep it clean down here. We invite our video friends to come in and see us here. We don't want to show them a bunch of cobwebs.
This is the workplace that everyone dreams
I think Katie was a little bit creeped out by my dolls when she came here last time. Though. I have a lot of dolls, and they like
of. You
have
do
these.
that on purpose.
They have these eyeballs that don't focus, and I have doll heads too. Because, I mean, hey, I like the doll heads. And I'm not a creepy weird person.
No, you're
I
not.
just,
And I never understood
I
the creepy
just,
doll thing. You have a creepy doll thing.
I just like them. What can I say? I love dolls. That's why I like Pinky. Some people think Pinky jewelry is kind of creepy. But so many people are doing the frozen Charlottes now, and they're even using like legs and arms and everything. I got some legs. They're on the website.
I was looking at the drawer last night. And I see
But
them
I
legs.
don't know. My buddy says to me, "You got to get these legs. You know, we had these. They're They're over at 1928, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not liking them. You gotta get 12 of them and play with them. Like, you can give me one. How about that? So he did. He gave me one, and I still wasn't too convinced. But I thought, okay, I'll do what he says because he's usually right. I didn't. He said, remember, you didn't like the Pinky and Pauline. Now you like them. So I got the boots, and I don't know. They have this little foot and a great big fat leg, but they're hollow. They're a hollow leg. So I guess they're a leg for a drinker.
Oh,
I don't know.
you went there.
I went there.
I
Okay.
didn't go there
You
first.
see how I got this on here nice and straight, and it's all flush and staying down. Okay, that's really pretty.
You could use them for a
And then I can hang
tussy-mussy.
it. Yeah. Or something. So what I would put like I don't have any right here. It's one of those Haskell dimpled pearls. Do I have any over here?
I've seen one.
Here's one. Yep, it's confirmed. These were Miriam Haskell. We have them on the site.
That's not
That would-
real.
That'd be
I'm
pretty.
gonna order one so
That'd
I
be
get one
pretty
before
there.
they're gone.
Yeah, because I don't know how many more I get. I could put that there. And then, maybe, now I don't want to ruin my French writing. See, that says Paris right there. I don't want to cover that. So would I do that?
Aw,
No, that covers it.
I like the little ones.
Just that?
I just like the
Would I
little
do 2 or 3?
No. I just like one, but I don't know. I think you know better than I am so out of touch. I'm rusty.
Oh, believe me.
I haven't
It
watched anything.
comes right back.
It is coming back.
What if I did that? Who votes 1? Who votes 2? Who votes 3? And some pearls.
Yeah, well, you can make
But anyway,
it right. It's gonna be nice.
I'm not putting anything on there because I have to think about it. You can tell me on the comments. I say 2, I say 1, I say 3. I say you just put too much garbage on your stuff, Brenda. Well, you can say that to me so long as you say it with love. That's all I ask. Be nice. Okay, so we got one more left to set up. Let's do it really quick because we've been on here too long. You guys are gonna, it's like watching paint dry. You guys are gonna get disgusted. And then Javi will get disgusted because it's gonna take her all day and all night to get this edited. Hey, do you like our new little song?
I
Did
love
you
it.
notice last week we have a little theme song now? It's called, we found it in the free stuff from YouTube. Get her out of there. Donna's back. Okay, we'll leave
I
it.
don't know. I can't be any different. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
I want to get you up to speed so you can do your own video.
I know. Oh no, I don't.
Yes,
do that.
you can. You did one before. It was,
No, I don't
it was
mind
aw-
doing
It was
videos.
awesome. No.
I don't mind. I don't mind anything.
We've been taught public speaking since we were children. Cameras don't scare us. We may not do a great job. but-
It's my brain, and I can't focus.
Well, that's it. And I can't stand a script. I don't want it written. Oh, now we will do this. Oh, no. And you know what? Maybe that works for you. Maybe that's what you prefer. But if that's what you need, I regret to tell you, you'll never find it.
Everything's funny to us.
I
That's the
can't. I
problem.
can't teach like that. I can't work like that. So if you can't handle it, I'm so sorry. I just can't do anything but what I do. It's just who I am. Okay, so here. I'm going to bend this just a hair more because I'm going to use this one. I'm not going to rivet it. I'm going to glue it. Now, you might say, well, Brenda, why in the world would you want to glue that? Because it's going to seep through. Well, I'm going to cover it, see? You see? I'm going to cover it with something. But I don't want this sticking up too much. So I got to get it down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. More flush. Yeah. And I'm going to glue it in the middle. That just looks pretty and lacy, like to wear with your jeans.
I
But
like
it needs
that
some
style.
chotch. Needs
Yeah.
some chotch in the middle of it.
I'd like to make a
And
little
some
bit
bling.
like that.
Some blings. A nice blingy focal
Mm-hmm.
in the middle there. I'm going to have to hunt around in some busted jewelry or whatever. Did I say that? Busted jewelry? Just don't repurpose it. Hey, I believe in repurposing.
Just not the good stuff.
But I don't believe in busting stuff up. Unless it's valueless.
I I understand your pain because I'm watching people put paint on furniture that is amazing wood, and it's killing me.
You've been
because-
doing a lot of furniture.
Just a little bit. But I've always.
You've always
If
liked
it's
that
walnut,
stuff.
please leave it alone. If it's but there's no.
Yeah. Well,
to
if
what-
it's already been painted, though, it's really hard to get the paint off.
No, that people paint it and it's not painted. They just don't refinish
just-
it because it's popular to paint it. They paint it.
Yeah. Now, years ago, if you went to the auction, you didn't buy the stuff that was painted. It was a kiss of death. Everything changes.
It does change.
Everything changes. So that might be.
Pretty soon there won't be no good stuff left not painted, and everyone will want that.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's looking nice.
So I thought maybe I'd put one of them there. And maybe one of them. You gotta be oh. See, at least I caught it.
You did.
You know, the thing about this leaf is really cool.
I like that leaf.
I don't have it on the site right now. My friend Marcia loves this leaf. But for me, I kind of think like I want to keep it, that little twirly curly thing from hanging out and catching on clothes.
Okay, you're right. We always have to think of what it's like to
You
wear
know,
it.
so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this, and I'll deal with it later. I just want to get it straight. Okay, it looks pretty straight to me. I hate stuff that's not. I hate it when it's crooked. Okay, so what are you making for supper tonight? Your house. I made soup today.
That was good too. I liked
Yeah.
it.
I need to go get some bread so we can have soup.
Skip's getting a
supper later.
sandwich.
Oh, Skip's getting his own dinner.
Yeah.
Poor Johnny, he's working till late. Johnny really works too hard. That's my husband, John. For over 40 years. He is Donna's brother.
All at the time growing up, John was 6 years older than me. I didn't have an identity. I was just John's sister. I thought about making a name for jewelry I make, just calling it John's Sister's
That's
jewelry.
kind of cool. John's sister's jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun how you can think up your name, you know. Bisou Boutiques, honestly, I don't know how that happened.
It comes from what your experiences in life. It
I
comes
mean,
from stuff.
when I started calling myself that, I didn't have a boutique. And now I certainly don't have one. I did have one for a little while. Okay, there you go. Woohoo! So now
I like that.
We just fill in a little bit with a little bit of pearly stuff. And I kept my little curlicues on the side so they will not damage clothing. And this is probably going to need to be clamped because I can just see the handwriting on the wall. That's going to slide. It's already sliding. I can't clamps coming in. Don't have any sight
Real
now,
little
but
ones?
you know,
You mean
you
for
can even
jewelry?
use like
They have little teeny ones? Oh, that seems like a huger clamp than what we need, though.
No, this will work good. I may wait and see if it'll sit up on this one. Get a little tooth under there, might. Anyway, that's what I had to show you today without boring you any further.
I think it was such a calm video. It was like that painter guy that talks real slow.
Oh, the happy little trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal.
But that's okay. We got a calm
That's my goal.
video.
Is happy little trees and happy little people that come and see me. I am so humbled by the fact that any of you want to see what I do.
You've been in this business for years.
I've been in
Brenda.
this business for years. I've learned a few things, but I'm not the best at explaining things all the time, you know, and I don't do anything hard. But you know, if you go back and you look at the videos, there are nearly 6 years worth of videos.
When I'm looking at it,
And there's a lot of techniques in there.
but it also sparks creativity.
Yeah,
So that's
and
one of the
everybody's got to
things.
start somewhere, you know, so hey, start.
Seeing somebody work like
Get
that.
some stuff and start. Come over to bsuboutiques.com because one thing you can be sure of when you come there is we have the good stuff. And if you get it and there's anything wrong with it, you let us know. You call and talk to my son Jordan because he is your go-to guy. Jordan Lansdowne, I can't say his name. Jordan Lansdowne is the best customer service guy, and he's here every day but Saturday, and he wants to talk to you. If you've got a problem or any issue with the checkout or anything going on you need, he will take care of it. And if I need to get involved, I will too, because you are important to us. And we want to get you the good stuff and get you on a good journey. We want to see you be successful because your success is our success. So you have a wonderful week. And if the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, we'll be back next week with another video. I'm waiting for my new Lumiere shipment to come in. I got some ideas. We may do that, or we may do leather. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're probably going to keep the ball ones.
I wanted that leather bracelet. You're on
I know,
something.
she tried to take it off.
I hinted.
Yeah, she wanted it, but she can make her own.
That's okay. I'll make my own bracelet.
Okay, we're getting out of here. Come see us at Bisou Boutiques. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.